with you. Hey, 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 peace, loves, peace. This is Venus. How y'all doing? And yes, we are back. This is All Things Self Mastery podcast and show. I am your host, Venus. I teach all things self mastery so you can learn how to not only recreate your reality, you can also dictate the reality that you are living in, the reality that you want to live by understanding mental, spiritual, emotional, and energetic frequencies, principles, language, and law. So this evening we're going to be getting into the why. The why things are not working out in your favor right after this message. Greater impact we can make. So, if you are here, Facebook family, YT family, TikTok family, listen, don't be shy. I like when you communicate with me. This is an exchange. This is not just this is not a dictatorship, right? This is a dialogue between you and me. So don't be shy. If you are on my YT, if my YT family, TT family, FB family, jump in and say hi. Don't be shy. Or as always, share your perspective, share your thoughts, share your comments as we move along. Thank you so much for sharing, Toya. I appreciate that. So, why are we talking about the why things are not working in your favor? How many of us, by a show of hands, type in a comment, how many of us have asked ourselves these questions? Why do I keep attracting the same man? Why do I keep attracting the same woman? Why do my finances keep playing ping pong? One minute I got it, one minute I don't. Why do I keep feeling these episodes of highs and lows, right? Is one minute I'm happy, one minute I'm sad, one minute I want to run, one minute I want to sit. Why do I feel like I'm running on this hamster wheel, going everywhere beside where I want to be? How many times? How many times we ask ourselves this question? How many times do we find ourselves repeating? Put a one in the comment if you understand what I'm saying. Toya, thank you so much for your transparent honesty. This is how that works. Transparent honesty, especially with yourself, even if you don't verbalize it, right? Putting it into the atmosphere releases it. Putting it into the atmosphere helps brighten and broaden your awareness. It helps you to accept the truth. You cannot move forward if you're not willing to fully accept the transparent truth. And yes, is it going to sting? Absolutely. Audacity, thank you so much for being honest. I love it. Right? I mean, there's too many of us that's not being transparently honest with ourselves. And it's one of the things that is keeping us on this vicious cycle. It's one of the things that's keeping us continually asking ourselves, why this, why that, why that? And then we make all of these rhymes, reasons, excuses, and justifications as to why. Meanwhile, we don't really understand that doing so affects us and are affecting us in ways that is only down spiral. It only is putting us on a down spiral and not an up spiral. So those of you who actually want to change, those of you who actually want a better life, when I say a better life, whatever that means to you, those of you who actually want more money for more freedom, liberation, those of you who want maybe an apartment or a home of your own, those of you who actually want to travel, those of you who actually want to forge a healthier relationship, not only with yourself, because that's numero uno, okay? That's numero uno, but want to forge healthier relationships with other people. Those of you who want to learn how to communicate effectively, those who actually want to learn how to be more responsive and not reactive to the way we're feeling. And I know a lot of us are talking about emotional intelligence, but do we really understand what that is? Because the results, baby, ain't lining up. The intelligence is not intelligent, right? And so what's the way that how do we get there? Gina Price, thank you so much for the support follow. I appreciate you. How do we get there? Right? Because many of us are speaking about the byproduct of what we're doing, right? But we're not really having the discussions around the inner why, not the surface level why, the inner why. Like we know that this, and what I mean by surface level whys, right? So what I mean by surface level why, I'm talking about when we're trying to gain a deeper understanding, understanding, or overstanding as to the why we doing the things we do. I'm not just talking about understand. I'm not just talking about saying, oh, you have trauma bonds. I'm not just talking about you have no intelligence. I'm just not talking about surface level things as to how you're on an emotional roller coaster. I'm not just talking about the countless of words and phrases that we use that are attached to feelings. I'm not just talking about the external why. I'm talking about the internal why. I'm talking about the underlying core to the why, the why you think the way you do, the why you are traumatically bound to some of your emotions, why you are addicted to certain emotions, right? And when I say emotions, I'm not just talking about the feelings, I'm talking about the chemical. I mean, I'm talking about the why your neurological system works the way it works. When I'm talking about the why, I'm talking about pulling from different resources like universal laws and principles. I'm talking about pulling resources from scientific, indisputable facts. I'm talking about deeper things. I'm talking about going deeper when we speak about shadow work, doing the inner work, right? Audacity, the deeper things. Otherwise, why is it that we keep repeating that which we don't want to do and repeating less of what we actually want to do? There has to be a deeper reason. And just simply having discussions around the external reasons isn't getting you the results that you want. And so isn't it this is what it's all about, right? Don't you want the results that you want? Don't you wish to bring to fruition the desired results? Isn't that the goal? When we talk about goals, whether it's the desired relationship goal, whether it's a desired financial goal, whether it's a desired platonic friendship goal, whether it's a desired career goal, a business goal, whatever that is, why aren't we getting the results that we want? And why aren't we consistently getting the results that we want? Because this ping pong effect that we got going on isn't healthy. It isn't natural. It isn't biologically natural. It isn't spiritually natural. It isn't cosmically natural for you to continually be out of balance and in balance with your emotions, with your feelings, with your thoughts. It isn't. And so when we're talking about actually doing the work, how are you going to do that? And you still operating on the same mental programs that got you to where you don't want to be currently, right? How many of us know that? It's causing a lot of suffering. Okay. And a lot of you who are familiar with me can finish this, can finish this saying that I'm about to say. What you feed gains power, and what you starve loses its power. What happens when you starve a plant? When you stop nourishing it, when you stop loving it, when you stop being consistent in feeding it and talking to it and being what happens? It loses its essence. It don't die because nothing and no one ever die energy. So when I'm talking about understanding the deeper reasons as to why, this is one of the things. And this is something that we don't know. And in one of the past, I come before you and I give every Saturday, and I do self mastery lessons. A few Saturdays ago, I spoke about how your language is pucking you up. Just put an F in the front of that. How your language is effing a lot of us up. What you don't know is hurting you. What you don't know is hurting you. And I understand, trust me. I understand that this is not perhaps the message that you want to hear. It's a message and information that you need to hear, right? I understand that we're not arguing over here. I'm not triggering you over here in an unhealthy way, right? We're not gossiping over here. We're not dragging people over here. We're not cussing each other out over here. We're not disparaging people over here. We're not crucifying our sisters and brothers over here. We're not doing none of that, right? It's too much of that. Everything you do affects not only the atmosphere, your internal environment, it affects your external environment, right? So please, whoever told you that what you do only applies to you, right? That's a lie. Every decision you make is not only impacting you, it's impacting the world, others around you. What you don't know is hurting you. Not only you, it's hurting the very same people who we say we claim we love. Now, I understand that we have different perspectives and different projections of what love is, but fundamentally, we all can gather what it is and what it ain't. So we don't need to go through that. I feel the love and hope in the delivery. I say I share love. I appreciate you, right? So there's enough of garbage. And I'm not attempting to dictate what you do. I'm here to give you the information to remind you of things that you already know, to remind you that it's time to pay attention to what you're consuming, because what you're consuming, you're becoming. Remember, what you feed gains power, and what you starve loses its power. So, what do you think is happening when you're continually repeating your past stories? We're still talking about the why things are not working in your favor. Things are not changing because one of the reasons is because you keep talking about the same traumatic stories. You're always talking about the in this day and age where social media is so polarized. We are constantly, Africa King, how are you, my love? Infinite gratitude, right? We're constantly hearing the stories, the traumatic stories. Woe is me. And there's nothing unhealthy about telling a story. There's something extremely unhealthy, right? About repeating the stories. How many times are you going to tell the story of how you was abused? How you were used? What your ex did? What your boss did? What your fellow employees did? Right? Employers did. How many times are you going to keep repeating the past story from a year ago, 2 years, 20 years ago? How long? Right? Whether you like it or not, this is something that I often remind myself and my mentees about. Whether you like it or not, whether you accept it or not, whether you receive it or not, whether you are aware or not, the universal cares nothing about that because it only responds to frequency. Whether you call the universe God, whatever concept you're referencing to God, right? Woman, man, none of that actually matters. When you actually sit down and take a look at the results that we've been getting, that we are getting, and that we will continually get, if you do not understand things that I'm teaching you. The universe only responds to energy. So every time you repeat a story, it's telling the universe that, hey, oh, this is what she's giving me. This is what she's feeding. She's feeding the negativity. She's feeding, or he's feeding the toxicity. He or she keeps repeating how they were battered and abused and molested and taken advantage of in all of these different ways. I'm not saying to discount. I'm not saying that those experiences was and are irrelevant. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that the universe, God concept, this frequency only adheres to and responds to frequency, not so much words. So the more you're feeding whatever it is, guess what? Every time you speak, guess what you're feeding? Every time you speak, guess what? You're feeding it. So how do you expect? How do you expect to get different results when you keep feeding the very same thing that you no longer desire, right? And then it's everybody else. It's everybody else. What are you consuming? This ain't nothing new to us. Nothing new to us. New to us. Pardon me. And I don't blame social media. I don't blame TT. I don't blame YT. I don't blame FB. I don't blame Twitter. I don't blame any social media outlet. Not that. Not so much a blame, but the responsibility is of the individual. You get to choose what you watch. You get to choose what you're consuming. You choose that. No one is forcing you to continually consume garbage. No one is forcing you to continuously insert yourself in the trashing, in the dragging of you. And when I say you, do you really think that you're any different than your brothers or sisters, your mothers or fathers, your aunties, your uncles, your grands and grandpas? Do you really think that you're different in the in the context of we're all a part of the infinite oneness, right? Do you really think that you're separate from the animals, from the birds, from the trees? Do you really think that you're a separate entity when it comes down to that? Do you really think that every time you drag him or her, every time you laughing at him or her pain, every time you're emasculating or defeminizing or crucifying another person, do you not think that you are feeding those energies? What goes up must come down. What goes around must come back around. Many of us are doing ourselves a disservice, and we sit on these toxic lies. We sit, engage, and consume and feed in the very same toxic conversations. And we wonder why. We're wondering why our emotions and our energy is playing a ping pong. We wondering why we high one minute, we low. We're wondering why we can't get it together. And then we pointing the finger that it's everybody else's fault. How long are you gonna keep blaming slavery? The very small percentage, the very small percentage. How long are you going to keep blaming racism, dysfunctional systems? I'm not saying ignore them. I'm not saying act like they don't exist, but how long are you going to keep blaming other people, places and things for where you are in life, for what you have or don't have in life? How long are you going to keep blaming the system? How long are you going to keep blaming the way things work, the way things set up? How long are you going to keep not understanding that the very same language you're speaking is the very same frequencies that's dictating your reality? How long are you going to keep on this hamster wheel and thinking you're moving somewhere that you actually want to be? How long are you going to keep on not understanding or not sitting yourself down, consuming information like what I'm sharing, right? Just think about it. Or do you think tomorrow is automatically given to you? Your soul, my soul, our spirits, infinite, just like energy is infinite, right? However, this avatar, I'll say it again, it has an expiration date. Your experience in this realm and this time, it has an expiration date. How long do you want to keep playing with your life? Yes, Toya, self accountability. This is what does real self accountability look like? What does real taking responsible taking responsibility look like? What does it actually look like? Infinite gratitude. Thank you so much for the heart. Hey, you all, let's tap the screen. Let's keep the algorithm going, because the more of us get it, the more of us understand, the more of us who is able to consistently maintain a frequency that is higher than norm, baby, the bigger impact we can make. It is so disheartening to hear people say, like, oh, we live in such an ugly world. This world is ugly. This world is full of people who is this blah, 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 blah. This world ain't ugly, baby. Perhaps your thinking is ugly. Your thinking is ugly. And other people who think like you is ugly. This world is beautiful. But do you not understand that every word you say is throwing a pebble in a pond? Do you not think there's going to be ripples? Do you not think that's not going to impact you? This world is not ugly. It is not love over loyalty. You can have both. There is no separating yourself from yourself. There is no one without the other. These are the things that I help you understand. The deeper reason why things are not working in your favor, because we are not studying anymore. We are not willing, some of us, not all of us, some of us are, too many of us, respectfully, too many of us are not really understanding that your core mental dominant database, your core mental dominant database is what's keeping you on this hamster wheel, going everywhere that you don't want to be. Do we even understand what is the catalyst to our behaviors, why we feel the way we feel, why we can't get off these cycles, right? Do we understand that? Tiffany, infinite gratitude. Tiffany says there's power in your tongue. Change your mindset and change your life. Ashe. I absolutely agree. And many of us understand this, Tiff. Many of us understand this. I think we're not really understanding the process of how to apply, the process of why they say that there is power in the tongue, that there is life, or the other word, F, in the tongue, right? In order for you to change your behavior patterns, there need to be a reprogramming, a deprogramming. When you're continually experiencing a lot of what you do not want to experience, the heartaches, the pains, not to say that you won't ever experience them, but there shouldn't be an unhealthy amount of the hurt, the pain, the suffering. There should not be an unhealthy amount. It should be a harmonious amount. It should be a balanced amount. So whenever there's an imbalance of something, the way to determine one of the ways you can determine that is by first sitting down long enough for you to process what you're thinking. Stop running away from you. It's not going to change anything. And if you think that there are not going to be repercussions for you not doing anything to elevate, anything for you to expand, what's going to happen? What's guaranteed to happen is that you're going to continually self destruct. If you know anything about biology, if you know anything about biology, as living infinite, I say infinite, but as living organisms, if it is not growing, evolving, expanding, right, it is self destructing. I'm going to say that again. Now, put a one in the comment section if you understand you are a living organism. Ashe, thank you so much, Miley, for the support, follow and sharing. Put a one in the comment section. Remember, we're talking to each other. We're talking to each other. Put a one in the comment if you know. Thank you, Tiff. You are a living organism. I'm a living organism. Ashe. Toya, I see you. I see you. I see. I see you. We are living organisms. And don't just take my word for it. Just research it yourself. A lot of things you can just research on Google. There's public research and then there's private research. I've done both. I've been teaching on these things for 15 plus years. Even though I have a lot to learn, I still have a lot to learn in the South, but the 15 years, I know what I know. I am extremely confident in teaching you what I know. And the things that I'm teaching you, sharing with you indisputable facts. Confidently, I can say that. As a living, breathing, infinite organism, if you are not expanding, you are destructing. So what do you think is going to be the results of you continually working backwards, of you continually not taking the time to invest in your self development. And I'm not talking about going to the net, I'm not talking about just reading a couple of self help books. Because what good is it if you obtain all the information in the world, right? In this lifetime, and you never ever elevate, you never expand. Just like you can get left back in school, many of us are getting left back in the cycles of life. What you don't get now, you're going to continually repeat. And not only that, I want y'all to understand when I say this next part. When you do not understand, accept, face, embrace the life experiences that you receive on a moment to moment basis in your day to day, you're going to continually repeat. Not only that, they are going to increase in weight. Doesn't it say somewhere in the Bible that once you every new level there's a new devil? Every new level, there's not going to be just one. It's going to multiply. The weight is going to increase. It's going to intensify. Do anyone have a clue what's going on in the universe right now? What's going on in the frequency? Not just zodiacs, not just the moon cycles. Do anyone know what's going on in the universe right now? Do anyone understand what's happening? Or do you not think and know that whatever's happening externally is happening internally? The universe also plays a huge part in your reality and what it is. It absolutely is tied to your frequencies because we are connected. Do anybody can anybody tell me that? I don't use Google to do deep things. Yes. Yes, Ashe. The earth is heating up. Yes. The earth is healing, D Brown. Yes. Universe tests us to see if we've learned from our past life. Ashe. Ooh, Ashe, 3-3 on YT. Three people is viewing and there's 3 likes. I love that. I'm into part in the distraction. I'm aware. I pay attention to things like that. Ashe, right? I pay attention to things like that. Do anybody know what's happening in the universe right now? We're in a universal cosmic frequency of dark matter, non-ether. For those who know, you know, right? We're in the frequency of dark matter. Not only is the planet heating up, right? The universe is expanding. And it's not only expanding, the expansion is being accelerated. Everything is speeding up. So if you think you're going to keep taking your sweet time, lollygagging with your life, if you keep thinking you're going to skip to the loo down the road at your own pace, you have another thing coming. You have so many disappointments coming, so many intensified lessons coming. Everything is speeding up. Why do you think that things are happening right now, as above, so below? Why do you think all unrighteous systems, people, places, and things are crashing at an accelerated rate? This is a great time. This is an infinite time. Are you paying attention? To rise, to stop repeating the same lessons you should have been elevated and mastered. Everything is being manifested faster. And when we're talking about manifesting, when we're talking about the why things are not working in your favor, everything is being pardon me, everything is being accelerated. Everything. Right? When I talk about manifestations, I'm not only talking about manifesting all the things and people and places that you want. I'm not only talking about when a lot of times when we're talking about manifesting, when we're talking about attraction, our mind goes to everything that's on the money side. More money, more love, more health, more wealth, more abundance, right? More opportunities, infinite gratitude for the gifts, infinite gratitude. That's not what manifestation is entirely. You can also remember, as above, so below. There's no such thing as not having the opposite. There's no such thing as light without darkness, righteous without unrighteousness, yin without the yang, positive without the negative, up without the down. There is no such thing as you experiencing one without the other. Eventually, you are going to experience both sides of the spectrum. So when we're talking about manifesting, you are manifesting every minute, whether you are aware or unaware. You are operating in abundance every moment. You are already operating in abundance. The thing is that many of us are receiving or experiencing the abundance of the opposite that we actually want. So we want an abundance of money, but you're experiencing an abundance of poverty, the lack of. When we say we want to experience an abundance of love and joy and bliss, more of us are experiencing an abundance of hate, envy, jealousy. Manifesting is not just about, which many of us are spewing misconceptions. And this is one of the core reasons as to the why things are not working in your favor, because you keep consuming information that is promoting and propagating the same dysfunctional old mental dominant database programs that you're currently recycling. You are a magnet. You are an infinite magnet. You are attracting all day, every day. You're manifesting all day, every day. Whatever's in your reality, guess what? You're responsible for it. Respectfully. Physical things, yes, we have both. And it's not for you to discount one or the other. Right? There is no one without the other. The law of attraction, for me, it's not just a philosophy, it's an infinite principle. Suggests that high vibrational thoughts that are desired thoughts bring the desired results into your life, while low frequency negative vibrations, right, do the very same thing. Understand? A lot of us are either living in our past or living in our future. That's not the way to get to the results that you want to get to. The present is not called a present for no reason. In the present is where in the present is where you begin to reprogram. But how are you going to do this if you don't have the necessary information? How are you going to do it? How many of you like repeating the same grade? I know for me, and it's no shade to those who actually, because I don't really agree with these westernized uh, institutions, right? I don't really agree to them at all. But how many of you know someone that got left behind, right? Or yourself? I've never experienced that. However, I know what it is. My twin, we were in the same grade up until the fourth grade, and I advanced to the fifth, and she stayed behind in the fourth. It affected me in a lot of ways, but what person in their right righteous mind want to continually repeat the same lessons over and over and over, the same grade over and over? How many of you actually like working for a company, if you work for a company or working at your business and you never elevate? You are never promoted. You never advance. How does that make you feel? How many of us are in relationships that are it seems like it's frozen? There's no growth. Do you know how it impacts you? Do you know what it's doing? Do you know what's happening whenever you're suppressing? Whenever you're suppressing the fear, whenever you're suppressing anger, whenever you're suppressing anxiety, whenever you're suppressing depression, whenever you're suppressing any of them things, the only thing you're doing is inherently, indirectly feeding it. It's not going away. You're not getting rid of it. You're feeding it. What you suppress expands. And this is why you see many of us imploding from the inside. We're imploding because the weight is becoming unbearable. The weight is becoming unbearable. Ashe? This is why, this is why, this is why you know one thing it aggravates me a little bit. I got to watch and mind my words on TT, right? So for those of you, eventually in the future I am going to, like, I'll start off the teachings on TT, but eventually I'm just going to respectfully just ask you all to hop on over to YT. Not only do you get to see the presentations, if you understand what subliminal messages do to you, how it can actually help enforce the reprograms, the information that I'm giving you by the images and things like that. I don't have to be filtered on my words, or keep silent, or try to rephrase, or speak in code. Sometimes that gets a little aggravating for me, right? Sometimes I get rumble before it's too late. You understand what I'm saying? It starts bringing within me, it starts burning within me, and I let it out at the wrong times. Lessons I learned. Yes, you cannot expect to keep suppressing, 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 and then not overflow. What happens when you have a 16 ounce glass and you're trying to empty out a gallon of water into it? It cannot hold it. It cannot contain that amount of liquid. It wasn't made for it. It wasn't built for it. It's the wrong vessel. It's the same with you, my loves. You, pardon me. What I do know, we are infinite beings. We are infinite beings. We are so beautiful. What I know is that you and I, every living natural soul and spirit that's here on this realm, you were never purposed to experience such weight. You were never here to experience such depression. You were not here to experience immense amount of suffering. Yes, suffering. The suffering comes with elevated and expanding. Yes, but you're not supposed to be drowning in depression. You're not supposed to be drowning in anxiety. You're not supposed to be drowning, right? And complacency. You're not supposed to be running on this hamster wheel going nowhere fast. You're not supposed to be under no one's rule of thumb, especially when it only serves their devilish purposes. Devilish. I'm gonna retract that word. Retract, because I don't subscribe to that artificial entity. Right? You were not purposed here to be mastered by no one person, place, or thing. You should be your own master. I'm not saying running around here thinking like, banging your chest and thinking that everybody is subservient to you. That's not what I'm talking about. You have a brain, a mind, a soul, a heart, a spirit, neurological systems, veins, organs, muscles. Use them. Who told you that you're supposed to be ran and have other people dictate what you do, why and determine why you do it, when you do it, where you do it, how you do it? In this life, you're going to understand the importance of you coming into your own. Because after a certain maturity, mind, body, And so you are supposed to step into your own, making decisions on your own. And it should not be predicated on what someone else have been telling you, whether they had ill intentions or not. At some point, when do you know that? When do you say that, you know what? I'm going to take responsibility and accountability, right? I don't want to be mastered no more. I mean, do you like being somebody's puppet? Do you like being somebody's puppet? Do you like being the victim? Do you like being a victim? Because last time I checked, that wasn't one of your purposes to be here, the victim or the villain. How long we going to keep playing these roles? We're still talking about the why things are not working in our favor. Far too many of us are still living in this victim state mentality. Woe is me. It's everybody else. The system is doing this, right? Who was here first on the planet? Africa was called this and blah, blah, blah. Who's supposed to be submissive? And the man is supposed to rule. And what? Come on already. Can you not think on your own? How long are you going to keep playing this card? How long? Do you not? Do you not understand what you're doing to yourself? Because they do. They do. They know that the only way, they know that the only way they can thrive, listen to what I'm saying. Understand what I'm saying. They know that the only way they can survive and thrive is by ciphering your divine energy. I'm going to say that again. They know the only way for them to thrive, survive, and continually master you is by ciphering off your energy. So every time you play the victim, every time you blaming other people, places, and things, every time you keep repeating the same traumatic stories, every time you keep feeding the same narratives that they want you to feed, every time that you're promoting the foolishness, every time that you're promoting separation, every time that you're promoting hate, every time that you're promoting contempt, every time that you're operating in emotional unintelligence, being unaware, every time you are vibrating at a very low frequency. Vibrating low is very different than vibrating at a low frequency, because many people are teaching you that your vibrations need to be high. No, your vibrations need to be steady. Your frequency needs to be high. So this is what I'm telling you. Many of you are consuming too much information that isn't accurate. And they may have the intent to help you. However, just because someone has good intent does not mean that it will not affect you in ways that is going to become unbearable at some times. Remember, the universe don't care nothing about, oh, I meant well, I had good intentions, I meant this, I didn't mean that, right? I take that, it ain't nothing taken back. It only understands frequency. And we call these frequencies by name. But the universe only understands frequency because we were taught to do everything else but to raise our level of consciousness. We were taught everything else but to reprogram the same mental database that is keeping us not changing our lives. It is keeping us recycling the same cycle on the same hamster wheel, coming back, repeating the same grade, only it's getting harder and harder. Baby, let me tell you something. When I was in, how many of you know that the algebra from 10 years ago ain't the same algebra from today? How many of you know that? Baby, there came a point in time with my youngest son, SUN. Okay. My youngest son brought home some work, right? And it was like, oh, this is algebra, this and that and that. I said, baby, I don't know what this is. Okay. I speak a few languages, okay? That's street, cosmic, and English. Okay. And I don't know what that is. But yet they still calling it algebra. I'm like, that ain't algebra, honey. That's the whole algebra no for me. I don't know what that is. But when you start mixing symbols and emojis and pies and all of these different lines and numbers and baby, I don't understand I don't know. Call your brother. Call your brother or go on YT University because baby, I don't know. It's going to intensify. And remember what I said earlier. Everything is being accelerated. So whatever frequency you are on is being accelerated. Every decision you make, every thought you think, it's frequency, it's energy. There is always a transmutation of energies. There's always a transmutation of energies. Always. The cycle don't stop just because you don't know what's going on. The world don't stop just because you don't know what's going on. Everything is being accelerated. So you wondering why, right? Depression is not the same type of depression as years ago. Everything is intensifying. Everything. That's why it's becoming, quote unquote, more challenging for many of us to elevate, to rise, and to be consistent in maintaining, pardon me, a higher frequency. Because for many of us, oh, we feeling good, the roller coaster is up, and then we dip. We happy, and then we dip. We sad. We got it, and then we don't. We dip. We put our hand and we dip. Only it ain't fun, honey. It ain't fun dipping deeper into depression. It ain't fun dipping deeper into anxiety. It ain't fun being enslaved, and it ain't fun always being reactive. Snap, crackle, and pop. People should not have to tiptoe around your feelings all day, every day. There is a difference in being considerate and just being outright not who you are authentically, because so many of us don't know how to be responsive instead of reactive. Do y'all understand? Everything shouldn't be tick, tick, boom. Everything shouldn't be a tick, tick, boom. Everything shouldn't be a trigger. Everything should not be. Most arguments people have is hearing things that was never said by them, by the other person. I'm going to say that again. Most arguments, most heated debates happen because those people are hearing things that were never said from the other person in the conversation with them, or the other persons in the conversation with them. Yes, emotional intelligence, emotional awareness, all of this matters, right? So let's get into it. For those of you, before I continue with becoming the magnet, this is going to be some deep stuff that you want to know. I'm giving a master class going deeper into the things that I'm discussing now. We're going to be more hands-on on the 7th to 13th. If you register before I finish the live, you will only invest $9.99, right? This is too long of a masterclass for me to go on here. Remember, ROI. You do not get what you don't invest in. So I just want to put that out there before I continue. A lot of these things I'm going to be going deeper into on the masterclass on 713, attracting what and who you desire. And that is based on my last book that I just published, which it will be on Amazon, and I'll have is being processed right now, right? I am also a best-selling self-published author. Okay, I'm not going to just leave that out there because I'm completely proud of my accomplishments. Right. For those of you who know, if you are an author, becoming a bestseller author for 2 weeks running, right, on Amazon, that's a big deal because you're going up against thousands upon thousands of people's books being submitted every day, and to remain in that number one spot 2 weeks running, baby, that okay. So the masterclass that's coming up, that's gonna we're gonna be going diving a little deeper into what we're discussing now. Lavanya, how are you, my love? The link is in my bio. So whether if you're on YT or if you're on TT, you can visit my tree and it'll directly lead you. And it is the first tab, attracting what and who you desire masterclass. The price $9.99 versus $24.99. Okay. You only get that until I'm done with this live. So when I'm done with the live, the price is going to go up to $24.99. Okay. Hold on one second. TT is always asking me to do that little puzzle thing, right? So if you're interested, I would highly encourage you to do so. Understand that you're not here just to be here. Everything happens for a divine reason and purposes. Everything. There is no such thing as coincidence, happenstance, or no such thing as luck, coincidence, or happenstance. Understand that. You are here because you were purposed to be here. I am just a reflection of you. I'm reminding you that you need to elevate. It's time for you to elevate. You are always going to receive exactly what you need. You are always going to be notified by God, by the universe, by your ancestors and you when it's time. If you keep ignoring it, I already told you what's going to happen. I already told you what's going to happen. If you're not expanding, you are self-destructing. So if that's the road that you want to take, by all means, this message in that masterclass isn't for you. It isn't for you. Ashe? Hi, Kareem. How are you, my love? Happy Saturday, dear. Happy Saturday, love. Let me see. Okay. It's been some years since I've spoken with you. So much to share with you. So many beautiful lessons. Ashe. Well, reach out to me, love. Reach out to me. Right? So we're going to get into, thank you, Gina. Thank you so much. Wow, I just happened to come across your live. You didn't just happen to come across my live. You were supposed to come across my live. Remember, we're always magnetizing. We're always attracting. We're always manifesting. You brought you here. You knew you were going to be here. You are supposed to be here. There is no such thing as you just happen to run into whoever you run into. There's no other reason as to why you do the things you do, why you are attracted to the people, places, and things you are attracted to, just because. Nothing happens just because. It's happening because you are causing it to happen. It doesn't matter whether you know it or not. It doesn't matter whether you understand it or not. It doesn't matter whether you accept it or not. Everything that is happening is because you're controlling your reality. You play a big part in the way your reality is. You play a big part in everything that's happening to you, good, bad, indifferent, or not. You play a huge part on, and it's time for you to take control of it. It's time for you to understand why, the deeper core reasons as to why things are happening the way it's happening. Even if good things are happening to you, you need to understand the why so you can be consistent with getting those results and not dipping and diving, and not and so it's not this unhealthy ping pong effect. Even if, because a lot of people, John, infinite gratitude for becoming a Masters of Self subscriber. I appreciate your support. Infinite gratitude. Thank you so very much, right? The ping pong effect is not healthy. It is unnatural for you to 1 minute you do, 1 minute you don't, 1 minute you got it, 1 minute you don't, 1 minute you up, 1 minute you down. That's not healthy, my loves. It's not healthy. Imbalance is called imbalance for a reason. For a reason, not just for the hell of it. Being in disharmony is not, it's for a reason. You're not purposed to live like that. It's destroying you in so many ways. It's affecting your mental, it's affecting your physical, it's affecting your spiritual ascension, it's affecting the people you love, it's affecting people you don't even know. It matters. We talk about taking responsibility. Who told you that every decision you make doesn't matter, only going to affect you? What people eat don't make you shit. That philosophy is inaccurate to a high degree. To a high degree, that philosophy is inaccurate. Everything that people do is affecting you in some way, form, or fashion. My words, the frequency, all of how it echoes through the universe. Something that I say can affect someone in a whole nother country, in a whole nother part of the world. If you think this is not accurate, baby, I implore you and encourage you to do your own research. There has been countless of studies done. How groups of people, when they are in meditation and their intentions are in sync and in harmony, can affect groups of people on the other side of the world. Don't tell me what somebody else eat don't make you shit. Yes, it do. It absolutely do. It is time. It is time. It is time. We are choosing to continually be mentally enslaved. We are choosing to be bound to emotional addictions that are doing us a disservice more than we're choosing this. There's no shame, there's no crucifying, there's no digs, there's none of that. The undesirable truth can prick a little bit. It can sting a little bit. Yes, it can. It absolutely can. Peace, peace, love. How are you, bro? Official monumental, right? Remember, everything is being accelerated right now. Everything. What are we hearing the most of? Mental awareness, mental awareness. Why do you think we're having these discussions? Why do you think mental distortion or mental dysfunction is at an all-time high? It's being accelerated. It's being accelerated. Right? Ashe, you cannot experience self-destruction if you have children. Who told you that? Who told you that? I mean, you can run with that if you want. um, Gina, pardon me, I didn't see the message. The name of the book is called "Attracting What and Who You Desire." It's available in PDF form on my within my link tree. However, it'll be available on paperback really soon. It's in process. It's in process. Peace and tranquility. Thank you so much. Infinite gratitude for all of the kind words. Many individuals' perspective information that is not especially communicated. Ashe, right? You get to choose. You get to choose. So let's get into this. You know what? This is man, this is not the one that I wanted to. This is not the one that I wanted to download. Um let me see. Give me a second. I'm going to where's the one that I wanted to download? I forgot to download it. Hold on. You know what? I'm not going through all of that. I'll go through it in the master class. This is it's a different presentation for those of you who are on YT. It's a similar but different presentation. I changed some things around. So becoming a magnet, the secret to attracting or manifesting more of what you want rather than more of what you don't want is understanding the core why. Right. And many of these things that I'm going to say, it is not the first time you have heard it, because when I tell you how phenomenal you are, baby, I wish, and we're getting it. We're getting it. We're getting it. Do you know? And it sounds like a cliche, but do you know how powerful your blood is? Do you know how powerful your DNA is? Do you know right inside of you, within, pumping all in, out, and pumping all through you? It's trillions of years of wisdom and information. Everything you need is within you. Why do you think doctors can determine whether when your physical avatar will potentially transition, wither away? I mean, does that not excite you? Isn't that not like, come on now? Where you place your attention is where you place your focus. That was a little FYI. Fun fact. Fun fact. Where you place your attention is where you place your focus. What are you focusing on? A lot of us are focusing on the emails we got to respond to. We focus on how we're going to clap back at somebody who just disrespected us. Seemingly, we're busy about, we're focusing on the next toxic ass conversation we want to engage in, right? We're focusing on entertainment. We're focusing on the next, finding the next man or woman. We focusing on attracting right romantic love. We're focusing on so many things. We're focusing on social media. We're focusing on all of these different things except for what you should be focusing on. And you wondering why things are being all the things that you no longer want or is serving you is being accelerated. Yes, where attention, yes, John, where attention goes, energy flows. Remember, what you feed gains power, and what you starve loses its power. What you consume, okay? What you consume, you become. What you digest, you become. Where you place your focus is where you place your energy. John, if you was on YT, that's the exact statement that I have on the presentation. So I share you right on it, right? The more you repeatedly tell a story, your past stories, the past traumas, right? The more you continually live them. Start telling a new story. Start telling the new story. Stop telling the stories where you lacked. Stop telling the stories about hatred. Stop telling the stories about who you have contempt for. Stop telling the stories about who you can't trust and why you can't trust them. Because, side note, fun fact, okay, when people say they can't trust other people, they don't trust other people, understand what you're saying. It's not you don't trust them. You don't trust you to make wise, sound, intellectual, informative decisions when you are in communication or engage with that person. It's not about trusting them. It's about trusting you. Remember, what you say is what you become. If you're constantly feeding the energy, the frequency of I can't trust people, nobody is trustworthy, blah, what do you think you're going to keep on magnetizing? What do you think you're going to keep on attracting? People that's going to constantly, people that's going to constantly give you, show you, they're going to constantly tell you that they can be trusted. There's a word in my mind that I'm attempting to think. They're going to reflect that same thing to you. And you being unaware, you keep saying it and you don't even realize you saying it. A lot of the things we say, we're not even aware that we're using this language. For instance, I've always said, like, using, if you know what filler words is, one of my filler words that I use is right, 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 right. Sometimes, like, you'll hear it. Now that I made you aware of it, if you're paying attention to the conversation and how I speak, I use right a lot. That's one of my filler words. I'm aware that I do that. I've become aware, more aware of my language because I'm aware of how my language is affecting my reality, right? And a lot of you, y'all just talking, yep. And you're speaking destruction over your life. You're speaking destruction in the atmosphere. You're speaking destruction in your children's life, your loved one, and you just continually, I can't trust people. It's love over loyalty. Is this and there's so many unhealthy people. There's so many dogs. Men are incapable of love. Women are only gold. All of this stupid shit we keep saying out of our mouth, and then you wondering why you getting the very same thing you talking about, and then mad when you get it. Then you pissy when you getting it. Projection, yes. Now you mad when it shows up in your life, and now you want to point the finger, all because you're not unaware that, hey, you're doing it. But turn that finger around, baby. Do you, baby, listen, even the smallest of mirrors can reflect your reflection. Even the smallest of mirrors can show your reflection. You don't need a full size mirror, baby. All you need is this right here. Okay. And a lot of you don't see with these. You do not see with these. These are your reflectors. You see with this inside. You don't see with your eyes, you see with your eye. That's not just a term that's spoken about. But these are some of the things that I'm going to be going through in the masterclass, right? Because it's a lot of information. However, it's necessary. Stop repeating the stories of how I didn't have, and woe is me, and you don't really understand. I came from nothing and I had to get it out the gut. Baby, I can repeat some of y'all stories backwards, forwards, up, down, sideways, no matter how you want it. All direct, because you tell it all the time. You telling it all the time. We know more about you than you know about yourself. Some of y'all can't go a second without displaying your whole life on social media. Talking about where your focus is going, talking about the core reason as to why, all day, every day. You wake up on social media. You brushing your teeth on social media. You washing your face on social media. You're eating in social media. You're disciplining, loving. You do everything is polarized. You're inviting all of these entities on your life, on in your atmosphere, and you wondering why. You up, you down, you up, you down, you up, you down, you up, you down. When you put things into the atmosphere, you make yourself susceptible to be a target for other energies, entities, and forces. And if you are not aware, if you are not prepared. And if your aura high, talking about the seven chakras, right? This is the eighth chakra, right? Your Kai, which our ancestors called it, right? Your aura, if your aura is weak, guess what? You are going to be you're going to be an easy target. Other entities, forces can affect you also. A lot of us are playing dangerous games with not only our precious souls, spirits, and life, but our loved ones and other people's. Come on, let's be smart about these things. Let's be smart about these things. Found it, all set. Lavana, yay! Ashe. I'll be looking forward to seeing you in the masterclass on Saturday the 13th. Listen, for those of you who are just coming in, I'm going to be having a masterclass, Attracting What and Who You Desire, based upon my last book. I'm going to be going in depth with things. You think this is deep, okay? When you get to the masterclass, it's gonna get deeper. If you're really ready to elevate, right? I encourage you. Until this live, the masterclass is only $9.99. Okay. Once I end this live, that deal is going away. Then the price is going back to $24.99. So I encourage you, if you are here, you're supposed to be in that masterclass. Okay. But you have until I end this live to get it at that price, right? A lot of us are playing a very dangerous game. Very dangerous game. I understand that some of our work I understand marketing. I'll say that. I understand marketing. I do understand marketing. Right? But a lot of us are playing a very dangerous games. A lot of us are playing very dangerous games by putting our whole life out, every move. You're not just coming before the internet, the world. What you're not just on. Some of us are not thinking past. Baby, come on! I need us to get it. Hear what I'm saying. You're not just like I'm just not on live with you right now. It is deeper than that. Now, don't get it twisted. We are supposed to be enjoying life. We having fun. We're supposed to be experiencing all these different things. However, a lot of our ignorance is hurting us in ways that are becoming overbearing and overwhelming to us. And it's time for us to sit down somewhere and reassess where we are, because a lot of where a lot of us are heading is on the same damn life grade side, on the same spot. A whole do-over. Right? And I'm sure that's not what you want. I see the subscription, but I don't see registration for the masterclass. John, go click the link in my bio. That's going to lead you to my link tree, and it's going to be the first tab, the very first tab in my link tree. That's to the masterclass. Do it again, and then come back and let me know if you have any issues, right? And so it's deeper. It's deeper that right now we're exchanging energies. This is one of the reasons why I personally, now I'm talking about myself. I'm talking about Venus. This is one of the reasons why Venus only go live to teach these master classes once a week. That's just one of the reasons. Because I understand what's happening right now. I understand what's happening right now. However, I'm applying the same principles and practices that I'm teaching you. I apply. I rejuvenate. Yes, it's on the 13th, love. It it's at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right? There's a whole ritual that I do every time I get off live. It's the cleansing. It's a recalibrating of my energy, these are some of the things I teach my mentees, my ladies, like in personal mentorship and my Rise of a Goddess virtual mentorship, right? These are some of the things I teach the ladies. Ascending Lotus, how are you, love? I haven't seen you in quite some time. I hope all is amazing with you, right? So we have to understand these things. And many of you have to be very careful when y'all are entertaining these people who are, quote unquote, giving you these spiritual readings. I want to tell y'all something. I'm not digging at them, I'm not poking at them, but that is not how divine spirituality works. That is not how divine spiritual messages are transferred. Y'all have to be really, really careful, because a message that is particularly tailored made for you cannot be given in the presence just willy-nilly. It cannot be exposed to other entities and forces, because you make it susceptible to be harmed. And then y'all eating this shit up. Y'all eating and it's hurting you. Y'all have got to be more careful. These people are speaking spells, putting these spells over your life, telling you that, oh, you shouldn't be with him. That's not your partner. When perhaps it's destined for you to be with him. These people are telling you, yeah, your abundance is coming. And baby, y'all have to stop being lazy. Some of us have to stop being lazy, dysfunctional, and just plain old foolish. Y'all have to stop. Y'all playing a very dangerous game when y'all do that. That is not how spiritual practices, when you're given spiritual divine message, that's not how it happens. It will never happen in the presence of mixy energies, because you make yourself susceptible and exposing. It's just like just handing your newborn fetus and child to a damn pedophile. Yes, I said it because that's how crazy it get. Y'all put F1 in the comments for me, please, just in case that word is going to be a trigger for TT. Auntie TT be crazy. She be acting, okay? I purchased the masterclass. Ashe, Jeannie. Jenny, I can't wait to see you. Peace, relationship gumbo. How are you, love? How are you, love? Toya, yes. Y'all put F1 in the comments just in case I triggered the algorithm. Baby, y'all have to be careful. Y'all have to stop paying attention. Y'all have to stop being so damn desperate and so lazy and thinking that you can just nuke your way into the life that you want, that you can just nuke your way into a healthy romantic relationship without doing the work. You are not a piece of pizza or popcorn. You cannot stick your life and your reality in the microwave and in 3 minutes it's done. Poof. That's not how it works. You're playing a very dangerous game, allowing people to speak over you. And you don't even have a clue, an inkling as to what are their true intentions. Damn, you mean well. Damn that. That's not how it works. Now, there are some times when you have a message a message that is for the multitude, right? Anyone, any lady, anybody in here that has ever been mentored by me, I don't see any of you all in here right now, but any of you who have frequent my lives, my masterclass on Saturdays, when people ask me personal questions, I am extremely aware and mindful as to what I tell them, right? So I have to simultaneously be in the spirit realm and this realm and be mindful of what I need. Let me tell you something. There was one time, and I learned my lesson. Sometimes I slip up, right? And there was something not personal to somebody, but it was something. It's something that is going on. It's information that I'm aware of, right? However, I said it and I know exactly what it was, but it took me some time to figure out what I said. But when I tell you, I felt so spiritually convicted and I knew I did something wrong. There was not wrong because that's subjective, but just follow me, right? I said something that I wasn't supposed to say on my live. It was on some deeper spiritual talk, information, sacred information, right? The very next day, I went outside to do what I do in the back. And I was standing out there and a crow dropped it looked like an old worn out bird's nest, like 5 feet away from me. Remember when I said nothing happens by coincidence, luck, happenstance, just to be fucking happening? And I was like, ooh, what is that for? I know it's for a reason, it's for a sign. And when I felt what I felt, that in that moment when I felt what I felt, I immediately thought about last night after I said, not right after I said what I said. I immediately felt the same way that I felt in the moment at when I was on that live. I didn't know the exact moment or what I said until afterwards, but I knew that there was a link, that there was an association with something that I said that previous night with that happening. So I said, you know what? I didn't touch it. I went back inside. I'm processed. I'm like, what is going on? I feel convicted. I felt like I put something out there that I wasn't supposed to put out there, right? A few days later, it came to me, right? But before that, I went back out after going inside. I went back outside a few hours later. The bird nest was gone. Mind you, nobody else really go back there besides me. So I know nobody came and touched it. Few hours later, it was gone. That following week, I knew and I pinpointed what I said that I wasn't supposed to say. So when I tell you, some of us are playing dangerous games, listening to these quote unquote psychics, spiritual readings, giving you quote unquote specific reasons from the spiritual realm into your life. Now, I'm not saying that what they saying is always inaccurate or not for you, but what I'm saying is that is absolutely not the way that it was supposed to be delivered to you. And there are consequences for playing spiritual games that you have not mastered. And then you playing with other people. And then a lot of y'all are eating it up, consuming it. And you do not even know that you, my loves, are going to endure. You are drawing to you some consequences your ass ain't going to be able to cash. Be mindful. Please be mindful when y'all doing this. That's not how it works. You understand? I am very mindful when I sense something and it's for a specific person, right? Them and only them will know. They and only they will know. Now, if it's a message or inspiration, it's different from giving inspiration and messages and teaching how I teach. However, I know not to cross. There are certain lines I will not cross, baby, because baby, them skippity paps from the universe is very different from physical skippity paps. You can give me an ass whooping all day in the physical realm, baby. When it comes to the spiritual realm, giving you some skippity paps, baby, you don't want no parts of that, baby. I'll go pick a switch. I'll go pick a switch off the tree before the universe get to me or my ancestors get to me for doing something I knew goddamn well I should not be doing. These things are affecting you. Wanda says, true facts. Don't play around if you don't know how to. There was a video that I posted. I reposted and there was a young lady. I don't know who she was. It's just I don't know who she was. There's no digs. However, she stated on there, the title was something about witches, like she was a witch or whatever. I'm not going to get too deep into that, right? However, she said something that was very profound, right? And I agree. She said the only people that can be hexed, the only people that can be hexed, basic, and I'm paraphrasing because I don't really remember. I'm not on it, but basically, the only people that can be hexed or have or spells cast upon them are people who aura is weak. The weak, I say, the weak-minded or weak-willed. So she said something to that degree. But even I know the only minds that can be enslaved or controlled are the weak-minded and the weak-willed. When you are in control, master, right? When you are in control of your mind, when your mind is strengthened, when your will is strengthened, when your aura is high, right? When you have your protection around you, you are not easily swayed, unrighteously, unjustly manipulated. Baby, it ain't gonna happen. The only physical bodies that can be infected by diseases, right, are the physical bodies that is that has a lot of mucus in it. The bodies that have a lot of acidity. Because when the body, the pH, right, is heavy on the alkaline side, right, the physical body remains strong. Your red and white and gray, your red and white blood cells are operating at an optimum level. Do you know there has been studies done with the most physically healthiest people that have been forcefully, now these are case studies that happen, that has been forcefully misdirected and telling them that they had a physical dis-ease. And the moment they accepted that they were sick in a healthy body, mind you, guess what happened? I'm gonna let y'all answer that. Can somebody tell me what happened? Peace, Beth. How are you, love? Hi, Lady Barlow. How are you? Can somebody tell me what happened to them people? Healthy vessels. This was a case study done with healthy participants. Blood pressure was checked, like their vitals was optimum. They have no diseases, no dysfunctions. They were healthy, vital, right? The essence, everything was top notch. All of what do they call them? All of their results and they blood, where everything was very healthy, very normal. Peace and tranquility. Yes, they got sick. Mama, yes, they got sick. They got sick. So if it's an indisputable fact, let me slow down. If it's an indisputable fact that certain thoughts can make you sick, is it also not accurate that certain thoughts can also make you wholesome? Hello? Or do we think that's just like a cliche? How many of y'all heard, how many of you have even said out of your mouth or heard somebody say, "Oh, I woke up on the wrong side of the bed today"? You have one, pardon me, you have one thing happen to you when you rise that wasn't according to the way you wanted to go, and your whole day was going downhill. How many of us experienced that? Maybe you got a phone call before you even got out of bed, and it was some nonsense or some trash or some unhealthy, harmful, some mess, whatever the case may be. It was the receiving of some information that someone else gave you that put your mindset at a disadvantage. And next thing you know, one thing spiraled into the next. And it's just like, God damn. And by the time you was like, what the hell happened? It's the snowball effect. And these are the things that we do not understand as it applies to the inner, the deeper reasons why things are not working in our favor, because we don't have this understanding. Instead, we're having the same conversations over and over and over and over and over again. And then we getting mad and pissy when we're not seeing the results that we want. Right? I mean, do you want it or don't you? Is or is you ain't the master of your reality. Is or is you ain't the victor. Is or is you ain't the so-called king, queen, god, goddess. Like, is or is you ain't. Come on now. Are you powerful or are you powerless? Which one? You get to choose. Because one thing I know you can't be is both at the same time. You're going to be one or the other. Baby, either you over here or you over there. Pick. But if you choose to be the victim, if you choose to be the powerless, if you choose to be the weak-minded and weak-willed, if you choose that, then be quiet. Because all the bitching, moaning, and complaining you doing is only causing further destruction. I'm telling you, the best thing you can do is understand and realize and fully accept that you don't have the information, or that you do not remember the information that you need to remember. You don't know what you don't know. And if you know it, you don't know how to yet apply it, yet apply it, yet apply it. I'm not saying never, never. Yes. Ashe. Jaleesa, how are you, love? Right? Thank you so much for tapping the screen. Right? We have to realize this. What you don't know is hurting you. How many of you are ready? How many of you ready to get off that hamster wheel? Put a one in the comment section if you ready to get off the hamster wheel. Put a one in the comment section if you ready. Say me, I'm ready. I want a different life. I want a different life. Yes. Yes, Jenny. Yes, Jenny. Michelle, yes. I see it. Like it's time. It ain't gonna change unless you change it. It is not going to change unless you change it. Ashe, you have got to decide. The very first thing you need to do is make the decision. Something we're going to be going over in the masterclass. The very step is making the decision. You have to make the decision. Don't worry about the how. The how is not your business. You making the decision is your business. This is how infinite and how magical and phenomenal the universe is. All you need to do is get in harmony, get in alignment, energy alignment. Another thing I'm going to be going in depth about in the masterclass. Blessed greetings and endless flowers to you, love. Thank you so much. Infinite gratitude, love. Right? We have to know this. Yes, I'm ready to change it. Ain't nobody else gonna do it. Ain't nobody else gonna do it. Ain't nobody else gonna do it. You know what's more important? Not only more important, I'm gonna share something with you, right? Another reason why, and I'm gonna be going over this in a masterclass. Another reason why, the inner reason why, the subconscious the deeper, under the iceberg, right? A lot of us are operating based upon the tip of the iceberg. All of y'all know the story about the Titanic. I'm going to use that same analogy when I'm talking about the inner reasons, the core reasons, the underlying reasons, the deeper reasons as to the why we're not getting the results. Things are not working in our favor. Not only are we not making a decision, right? That's one part of it. The second part is, and listen to me closely. The second part of that is, many of us inwardly don't know, not think, listen to the words that I'm saying. Many of us don't know that they deserve whatever it is, whoever it is. Therefore, what you speak, what you think, and what you're feeling is in contradiction of each other. And just like in the game of tug of war, the stronger will win. So we're saying, I want divine love. We're thinking, I want divine love. We're saying, I want romance. I want healthy relationships. We're thinking, I want romance. I want healthy relationships. We're saying, I want a better career. I want to be passionate. We're thinking this. We're saying, I want to move up. I want to elevate. We're saying, I want to travel. We're saying and thinking. We want all of these things, and we want who we want. But the underlying core mental database is in contradictory of that, which means the gravitational pull that's embedded in your heart that you're not understanding, because your heart is the magnet that is pulling everything into your realm, into your reality. And that is dictated by your dominant mental database. Example, if I was a coffee drinker for 10 years straight, number one, the connecting cord where I accepted I'm a coffee drinker, it started from there. Every day thereafter, I thought about coffee, I spoke about coffee, I got coffee on repeat. 10 years later, because I kept feeding it, what you feed will grow, what you feed will gain power, what you starve will lose its power. 10 years of me feeding it, now it's an automatic dominant program because I've been feeding it for so long. So now today, I decide, like, I don't want to drink coffee no more. I'm tired of the sugar. I'm tired of the jitters, the ups and downs. And, I just don't want to do it no more. I just want to make healthier choices, right? I'm going to drink some mushroom coffee, or, I want to save money. Whatever the reason, what do you think that's going to happen? So I have a new thought. So now I have a new thought that, hey, I don't want to drink coffee no more, right? And I'm saying, I don't want to drink coffee no more. Side note, this is why your affirmations isn't working either. Side note, back to the story. Today, I'm thinking, I don't want no coffee no more. Saying, I don't want coffee no more. Feeling in my heart, I don't want coffee no more. The tug of war. Guess what's going to happen to me? My physical, my mind, my body is going to drag me in every which way but the way I want to go. Right? Because it's like, oh, hold up. We've been drinking coffee for 10 years. Okay. It's 7 a.m. Okay. Where is our coffee? Our coffee is in the fridge. You know where you could walk to the fridge and go get it with blindfolds on. We want coffee. We've been drinking coffee for 10 years. And now you telling me, you telling us we ain't going to drink coffee no more? The hell with that. Coffee is good for us. Now, all of a sudden, after 10 years, you want to talk about you don't want to drink coffee no more. Now, after 10 years, you're talking about you don't want to be toxic no more. Now, after 10 years, you're talking about you don't want to be abused no more. Now, after 10 years, you're talking about you don't want to be a parakeet no more. Now, after 10 years, you're talking about now you want respect. Now, after 10 years, you acting like you want to be loyal. You want to operate in integrity. You want people to treat you with integrity. Now, after 10 years, you want to make more money. Now, after 10 years, you want to travel. Now, after 10 years, you want to do all of these things that we ain't used to. It ain't going to happen. Okay? And guess what? Guess what? You ain't going to win because you ain't strong enough. Okay? I got 10 years of weight I got 10 years of weight with me. Okay? I got 10 years of strength. I got 10 years of programming. With you ain't doing nothing. Okay, your words are falling on emptiness. It's empty. Okay, it ain't going nowhere. You can speak all that rah all you want to, but guess what? Okay, the stronger will win. It takes practice. Get this taking time out of your mind. For the love of all things pure, time does not heal anything. Time does not make anything better or worse. Your decisions do. The practice and the consistency do. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Not to say that it's going to take another 10 years for you to now reprogram. It's like training a puppy. The more consistent you are with teaching that puppy how to sit down, guess what? The faster that puppy is going to now sit down at your command. The universe ain't listening to your command, your new commands. It ain't strong enough. The magnet to it is too weak. You have to strengthen the magnet to whatever it is you want, meaning you're going to have to do the opposite so you can stop drawing into you that which you don't want. Do y'all understand how that works? It happens no other way. And a lot of you don't know how to do it yet. You don't know how to do it yet. Ashe? Yes, we accept what's familiar to us. Right? So we have to understand one of the only ways to change the behaviors, your behaviors, one of the only ways to understand the deeper reasons as to why things are not working in your favor, one of the only ways, okay, for you to now recreate or create or magnetize or attract or manifest or bring into fruition who you want, what you want. That's why I wrote this last book title, Attracting What and Who You Desire. And many people will overlook that title, just, oh, that's something that I heard before. Oh, no, it's going to hit different. And the way I break it down to you, the way I make it relatable, it's going to hit different. And what I can guarantee is the results that you want if you apply what I teach, what I'm going to be teaching in the masterclass. You have to strengthen, which means you have to now starve. You're gonna have to go through some type of withdrawals. However, if you do not understand the process of what's going to happen to you after you begin the practices of reprogramming, deprogramming, guess what? That's when a lot of you be like, you know what, the hell with it, fuck it. I'm good. Right? And we go right back to our same old behavior patterns. We get right back on that hamster wheel. We go right back to the toxicity. We jump right back in the dirty pool. We jump right back into all things that we don't want. That's called emotional addictions. You have to begin to starve. I taught a masterclass on how to break free from emotional addictions. If you want to, it is on my YT channel, All Things Self Mastery. FB, YouTube, most of those two are the only other two that I actually teach on, right? There's a host of master classes on there that you can listen to in your spare time. You have to understand certain things, and then you have to learn how to apply them in order for them to start changing. So when we talk about the why things are not working in your favor, nothing is going to change unless you finally make the decision, no matter your current mental database, no matter the force, and you say no, you say enough is enough. Enough is enough. Because and it's simple in the sense that all you have to do is take one step after the other. One step after the other. You don't have to just like start running full back. You don't have to sprint. No one who has ever climbed to the top of Mount Everest got there by running, sprinting, or not taking a break. They put one step in front of the other. They put one peg, whatever you call them things, in the ice after the other. They took one step after the other, one step after the other. And they was consistent, one step after the other, going upward and not downward, going forward and not backward. And when they needed to rest, they rested. They didn't make rest their home. They rested when they needed to, and they got right back at it. Doing what? Taking one step in front of the other. So when I say it's simple in the terms that you don't have to do everything right now. You don't have to get everything right now. Make the decision that you no longer want to be on this dysfunctional hamster wheel, causing you to self-destruct, causing you to live a life that you no longer want to live, and then take one step off the hamster wheel. Because I know many of y'all ain't built to just jump off it. No dig, no tea, no shade. Addictions are strong. I know this in my real life. So I understand that. But at least take one foot off the damn hamster wheel. Okay? Take one foot off. Act like you riding on a skateboard, okay? Act like you riding on a skateboard until you ready to then take that other foot off the hamster wheel. And just be consistent. That's all. Remember, consistency it doesn't mean infinitely going. You can still be consistent and need to break at times. That is required for you to rest, rejuvenate, recalibrate, reassess, reorganize. That is necessary. Because you cannot get to where you going unless you actually have a blueprint for where you going. And just like in project management, in order for that company to skyrocket or to meet whatever goals they have to reassess where they are every quarter. That is business 102. Reassessment is required. They have a yearly trajectory. They have a 5-year trajectory, a 10-year trajectory, depending on the type of corporation. And then they work backwards. Let's stick to a year to keep it simplified. So they have this year, this goal, this trajectory that they need to hit, that they're going to hit in the year. And then they segment that into quarters. Okay, we're going to break this up into quarters. Right? And then we're going to break those quarters up into monthly. And then we're going to break those months up into weekly. If you want to get down to the niche, to the niche, to the nitty gritty. Right? That's using the reversal method in what I teach. And the reversal method is what you absolutely need when it comes to deprogramming your mental database. Because your actions are dictated by your mental database. And that is something that's internal, underlining, underneath the water, under the sea, under the sea, under the sea. Baby, you can only see what's in the bottom of the ocean unless you dive in deep in the ocean. Okay? Baby, you ain't finding Nemo until you dive in to find Nemo. You got to dive deep. That's where it starts. You have to make the decision and make the change. A lot of us don't think we deserve more of whatever it is, right? More love, more desire, right? When the paperback book comes out, for all of you all who are interested, if you purchase from me, you will receive this free gift. If you can hear it. Where's the You know what? I've been speaking all this time with my mic distant from you. Are y'all hearing? Well, my voice is projected anyway. But were y'all hearing me okay? I started this whole live and I did not draw my mic to me. It's been over here all that time. I know the quality of the audio is probably going to be a little shaky. It's a good thing I'm loud. Africa, thank you so much. Janet, thank you so much. It's fine, John. Thank you, Mama. Thank you so much. You're loud enough for sure. Baby, listen. I laugh at my own self sometimes. That's why sometimes you be like I have to bring it down, right? That's true passion. It is really true passion, but I laugh at myself because I don't rewatch my videos the only time I rewatch the live master classes that I do is when I have to chop it up. Because right now I don't have a team. Right now, I don't have a team yet. Okay, that does like my editing and a repurposing. So that's the only time I listen. And sometimes be like, God damn, why are you yelling? Why are you yelling? So I realize that I do have a very projected voice. Like, okay, my throat chakra, honey, ain't never been blocked. Baby, I may have had challenges with my other energy centers, like some of my other chakras being blocked, but baby, the throat chakra, it was always working. Maybe a little overactive sometimes, but it was baby always working. Always working. The quality of your thoughts determine the wisdom of your choices. Ashe. No, the audio is fine. Thank you so much, Julissa. Thank you so much. Yeah, I realize that I can be loud. I do. So sometimes like, okay, stop yelling, because somebody go that. Listen, that's passion, baby. I did, and if you understand sound frequencies, baby, 99.9999999% of the time, I am very aware of what I do, when I do it, why I do it, where I do it, okay, and what I do it for. So, like I said, when when the book is finally printed, when I get the paperback covers, I am going to gift you all until supplies last. With this essential oil right here. I had purchased these bottles specifically. So many of y'all have seen me like putting the oil in my amulets. This is aromatherapy amulet right here, and I have the bracelet. Um, I used to have a candle business, an essential oil business, Synergy Candles. When I shut it down, so I still have a lot of products that I still have from that. I'm big into essential oils, right? We have been using aromatherapy to help aid in our healing, right? And so when you understand what everything has a frequency, colors have frequency, smells frequency, or everything has frequency. Crystals have frequency. There's crystals in your cell phones, right? You are crystals. You have crystals. You are made up of crystals as well. So when you understand these things, you also know that crystals, pure, organic, okay, grade A essential oils, different things like that can help elevate you. It can definitely help maintain your frequency, high frequency, positive frequencies by stimulating your mood. This is why certain scents can either trigger you or elevate you, because they're all stimuli. You are constantly using your, you are constantly, excuse me, being stimulated, right? And so when you purchase the book, when I'll have announcements when I do, you'll get that. The bigger ones, that's different. Like this is one for focus. This is one for clarity. Those are different. Those are very different. But yeah, I used to have a candle business and essential oils. I made body oils and different things like that. I enjoy using aromatherapy, like the holistic way. Thank you, Toya. Oh, thank you, love. I appreciate you. Yeah. Like this one was the big seller. This is I know many of you, for the ladies. This is just the ladies. I know the ladies have heard of Yanni oil before, right? This is a Yanni oil. I don't know if the focus is not, but this is a, when I tell you how good this smell, it has pure essential oils. All of my products were made with crystals, like my candles, my body oils, a Yanni oil. I even made a oil for men, right? This was very popular. These two things was one of my most selling items. So there was a lot of, a lot of women, they have oils for women. I said, you know what? I'm gonna make an essential oil for the phallus. Wink, wink. This was very popular. This was very popular. I don't have my recipe cards with me. They're still in stores, but it's still made with grade A jojoba oil. For those of you who know, okay, the cost of jojoba oil, who are into essential oils, jojoba oil is the only oil that is out on the market now that mimics closest to our natural skin oil. So that was really good. So I love oils. This was this one was so pretty. I like sparkly things. This one was called Blue Lotus. Lotus. These are body oils. They smell so good. I can't open them. I probably have every essential oil that you can name. Want to smell? Isn't the color pretty? Isn't it pretty? I wish I could. Ooh. Mm. I wish I can smell this. You see it? Oh, it smells so good. Mm. Make you feel a type of way. It definitely make you feel a type of way. So, Venus, how are you, my love? So, when it comes to different things that help you elevate, can add to your ascension, um, all of these things important. Mind what you invest in. Mind what you invest in, right? Mind what you invest in. This one is pretty. This is called Pink Passion. Oh, this smells so good too. And this one. Oh, I love gold. This one is Goddess Glow. Isn't that pretty? This one smells really good too. These are body oils. I only have a few. I have a few of all of these products. DM me if you're interested. They're not on my site. I don't have my Shopify store no more. So if you're interested in them, just DM me and we can chat that way. So I still have a few of all of these. This one was one of my favorites. The Goddess Glow. But I ain't gonna put too much. Too much. That's just too much. Okay. Hi, love. Thank you. Thank you so much. So, do y'all better understand what I'm talking about? Do y'all understand the importance of you taking the time to understand that you need new information to change your behavior patterns. You need new information, right? To begin attracting or manifesting or bringing into fruition that which you want. And there's so many different things that can help aid you, right? Because let me tell you something, I understand. I'm not one who have never experienced deep states of depression or anxiety. That's one of the reasons why I started getting into essential oils and making candles, right? Because there were many times I'm like, shit, it was challenging for me to just get up out of that rut. It was challenging to me to climb out that hole. So I would use music, I would anything therapeutic. I'm like, okay, I need to kind of get a head start. Many of y'all workout people who work out, right? Who is big into fitness. Y'all know that you got to build up the rhythm, right? And sometimes you need outside external stimuli to kind of help you with that. So that's one of the reasons why I even got into making candles and essential oils, right? And then I started doing further research. I'm like, oh, there's specific oils that can help with rest and feeling calm and dealing with depression and dealing with like anxiety. This is one of the bottles of the probably 50 other bottles that I have. This is one of the mixes. This one is for anxiety. Like this is why I got into it, right? Lemon oil have certain properties in it. There's certain things like blue lotus have healing properties to it. There's a lot of essential oils that you can use to help amplify you in any way. Pardon me. Let me I never leave home without one of my essential oils. This is why the amulets, I carry this around me or I wear the bracelet. It's the same thing, right? Because sometimes when your mind and your body is just not prepared to just have motivation or encouragement, using external stimuli can help. However, you have to be mindful of what the stimuli is. Like certain frequencies, even in music, can make things a hell of a lot worse. What days do you go live? Saturdays. Unless I have something to do. Saturdays, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I give different lessons. Sometimes I'll do a repeated lesson. I'll just mix it up because I'm constantly being introduced to new people. So, but most times there are new lessons every day. We speak on so many topics, relationships. We speak on emotions. We speak on intelligence, wisdom, spirituality. We speak on perspectives, self-concept, we speak on a whole load of things, right? My YT channel, All Things Self Mastery, it has countless of videos. I think 170 plus videos that's up there. All of them are not lessons. Some of them are shorts and stuff like that. But it's all about inspo. It's all about motivation. It's all about pardon me. It's all about education, right? So I make sure, baby, I don't leave my home without my amulet or my bracelet amulet on one of these oils. I don't. Because something, especially when you're at work, when you got to work on, I mean, I don't work in the secular world anymore. Um, I am grateful that I don't have to anymore. I'm also a veteran. I served 5 years in the military, did a 12 months tour in Afghanistan. I am very grateful that I don't have to be in that workforce anymore. I'm grateful, right? And so I dip and dabble in a few different things. Um, so I'm grateful, but I understand the people that have to work and be amongst other people and all these mixy energies all day, every day. Baby, I'm not going nowhere without my oil. I ain't going nowhere without it. It helps. It definitely helps. Just like your favorite fragrance, right? Only I love pure essential oils a lot better because they do something to you. Let me see. We'll definitely tune in about the business side of elevating. Yeah, I'll share anytime. I no longer have the business. I'm actually selling my candle business. For those of you who are in Georgia, if you are interested in buying a candle business, essential oil business, reach out to me. And we can work out everything you could possibly think of. The wax melters, spoons, oils, crystals, printers, Cricut machines, like all of these are I spent over $13,000 investing in my business. Um, Among the many reasons that are personal that I no longer have that, I would love to hand it over to someone who actually want to make a business, who want to invest in themselves and kind of get on that path to entrepreneurship. I did, and I did really, really good. Like I'm a creative person. I'm a Gemini. This is one. Where did that go? Oh. This is one of the like I loved, like dealing with the smells. This is one of the candles that I made called Royal. This was a part of this one was called Oshun, and it had like the rose. I have all type of candle molds. I had so much fun doing this. I miss it. I miss it sometimes. But I plan on leaving the country. So I'm like in the process of selling everything. Oh my God. Woo. Oh my God. This one was called Oshun. Ah, it makes me, oh, it feels so good. It's calming, it's soothing. Oh, it's so relaxing. The scent in this is called Egyptian Dragon. It smells so good. Gosh, it smells so good. Ah, this was so therapeutic. This one is a white one that I made called Dream. This one is called Dream. This one has a rose too. Well, I don't know if you can see it. The light is kind of blocking it. This is the mildest scent that I actually have. This has amber and blue lotus in it. So I love that trend. And I made good money. These candles that I made sold for $22. Every pop-up vending event that I had, people paid $22. And y'all know there are many people in the candle business, right? I could have went very far if I would have stuck to it. And people paid for it. I outsold. There were at least 5 to 10 other candle companies out there. Whenever I did my vending events, I've always outsold them. Now I'm not bragging about it. I'm just saying. Woo, this is cannabis. I know some of y'all gonna like that. Some of y'all would like that. This one is called cannabis. And all of the candles, if you can see that, they have crystals in it. All of my candles, essential oils were made with botanical dry flowers, crystals, grade A coconut, okay, coconut oil, wax. I didn't use synthetics. Now everything, I paid really good money for my products. I cared about things, and these oils are safe, organic. This one smelled good. Some of these I made actually had cannabis trees in it. I was just playing around, but that wasn't something I was gonna keep doing. That got expensive. I was just experimenting. I was experiencing. Yeah, yes, yes, yes. Okay, big Gemini vibes. Okay, big Gemini vibes. So thank you, Mary. Yeah, I love doing it. I really did. I would love to gift, like not gift them. Okay, you're gonna have to invest in something. I'm not sure. But I am selling it. So if you're in the Georgia area, if you or you know someone that want to start a business, candle business, essential oil business, that can be extremely lucrative and you can make money like out the door. because there's a lot of candles that I have that are already made, a lot of essential oils that are already made. I have tons of stuff. Or if you're interested in buying and investing in some of the items that I still have, the body oils, just let me know. Hi, love. How are you? Hi, love. Let me see. Yeah. We're going to be going in the master class. We're going to be going over the law of cause and effect. We're going to be going over the art of becoming, understanding energy, the boomerang effect, more about energy frequency. We're going to be talking about brain and heart coherence and incoherence, influences of your behavior. We're going to be talking about left brain, right brain hemispheres. We're going to be talking about universal principles and laws, applying them. We're going to be talking about all of those things in the masterclass. Live restricted for some audience. Your live contains themes that some may find uncomfortable and have been restricted. Reasons. What? What they mean? Are you still here on TikTok? Did I say something? What did I say? Is it still going on? If you can still hear me or see me, say something in the comments. I just got a notification. I'm not sure why. Maybe I said that. Yeah, maybe I said Anubis. Maybe that word did it. I'm not sure. Maybe that word. But I just got a notification saying some of something restricted. Oh, the hell! It's too damn sensitive. This is why I'm like, listen, I'm gonna go on over to start doing most of my lessons on YT. So make sure you subscribe. That's another thing. Make sure you subscribe to my YT because it just helps me, and you'll be helping me grow. I ain't going, I ain't gonna hold you. It's going to help not only me grow my platform, but also help get the message out there. So if you can do me a favor at your leisure, and you can get to all of these links by hitting that button up there, and you can, beam me up. Like it'll just hop, skip, and a jump. All the links are there. Just in case you forget the name, All Things Self Mastery. If you can subscribe, I'm also streaming on your favorite podcast, right? On Spotify and Apple, same name, All Things Self Mastery. Would you be willing to sell candles equipment outside of Georgia? My little the only thing about that is that it's so much equipment, it's so much inventory and product. Um, Shipping it will be costly. However, if we speak, we can talk about it. If you're interested, DM me, because if you can, from wherever you at, if you can arrange on your side transportation to go get everything from the storage, definitely I'll sell to someone outside that lives outside of Georgia. The only reason I mentioned Georgia is because it'll be less expensive, but if it is well worth it, if you can figure that out, of course I would. Like, because we're talking about vessels, we're talking about like I have a lot of these vessels. When I say I have inventory, I have the wax pots, wax melt pots. I have all of the molds. I have those vessels, candle vessels. I have these candle vessels. I have these candle vessels right here that has this. I don't know if you can see it, but it has a gold trim. These matte white. Oh, you can see it right now, kind of. Well, YT, they can see it. But if you can see it, it kind of has a gold trim in it. I have these vessels, and then I also have these elegant luxury vessels that I have. I'll put up some pictures of it at some time that I ordered from China that are beautiful. Like I think there's like over 50 of those vessels, the glass vessels, and you already see some of the oils, the essential oils that also comes with. I have 3 different sizes of oils and there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. Like I have frankincense and myrrh, lemon, lavender, peppermint, spearmint, eucalyptus, ylang ylang, sandalwood, cinnamon. I have so many. So it's a lot. It's a lot. So you can DM me. There's like the printer, and then there's different fragrances for the candles that I have tons of those. And then there's the essential oils for all of the body products and the essential oils that are, so it's just a lot of stuff. I have I have a Cricut label machine. Oh, everything you can possibly name. Spoons. There's a list. Like the dry botanicals. It's so much stuff. Do I need to go to YT to purchase the masterclass? No, not YT, John. Click the link in my bio. It's the very first tab. It says attracting what and who you desire masterclass. Can I bring it up on here? Let me see. If you on John, if you want to, I can show you on YT. If you hop on over to YT, All Things Self Mastery, I can show it on my share screen. I can show you how to do it and how it may look. Oh shucks. Yeah, I can show you. Or if you don't need to, you just let me know. Oh stuff. I don't want to show it that way. But yeah, if you go on over there, it is the very first tab. It says attracting what? No, it actually don't say that. You know what? I'm tripping. Hold on. I'm tripping. Hold on. Don't mind me. It says applying the law of attraction masterclass. Oh my goodness. For all of those who got it, part of my mishap. So it's attracting what and who you desire is the title of my book. That's where the teaching is coming from. The masterclass is actually titled Applying the Law of Attraction Masterclass. You can't miss it. It's the very first tab. Okay. Let me know if you have any more questions. Can't figure it out here? Okay, hop on over to YT and I'll bring it up on my screen again. That's what I'll do for you. Let me see. I'll just copy the link and hang on one second, my love. My loves. Thank you so much for your patience. Oh shit. Oh, pardon me. Oh my goodness. I'm typing a little bit too fast. It said pull up. I'm glad I'm not sharing my screen, baby, because that wouldn't have been the right thing. I shared the link and I pulled up the Google and it said in my link tree it says Venus, so it said pull up Venus OnlyFans page. I said, oh, hold up now. They're gonna probably gag me for that one too. Let me put in a comment section when you get over here, John. Put it type something in the comment section so I can know that you're there, so I can share my screen for you. If you have any questions, you're more than willing to ask them right now. Judy, how are you, my love? Okay, I'm gonna give you some time because once I'm done with this live, you won't be able to pay $9.99. I think that's the lowest of any of my master classes ever been. Just feeling generous. Just feeling generous. Outside of the fact that my intentions, I have no intentions on being a millionaire. I really don't. I am not after your money, honey. But I am really not. And just so you know, like the things that I teach, the information that I teach, there are other experts out there, some with more experience than I. However, it is I share some a lot of the same information, the indisputable facts, the scientific facts, the studies, all of these different things, the spiritual things, the cosmic things, the psychological things, the psychology, biology, all of these different things. And I'm sure many of you know of some of those people, right? And they're getting paid thousands of dollars for sharing the very same information that I'm sharing with you. Okay. So yes, I'm not going to act oblivious like, um currency doesn't exist in this world. However, I want to let you know that I'm not after it for your money. I'm really not. However, because no one can ever pay for um my wisdom and different things like that. It's certain things are priceless. However, I do love what I do. I enjoy teaching. I'm passionate about teaching. However, this is a source of income for me, right? But I'm not pressed about no dollar. I'm not chasing no dollar. Money is frequency. However, I don't want y'all to. I don't ever mislead either. There's gonna be a small fee, and I give for the $0 all the time. Every Saturday I come and give invaluable information for free. And it's rarely that I do master classes. It's just sometimes it be too much information, and understand that I want to, I have integrity in things that I do. I operate with integrity. I operate with a conscience. I love having a clear conscience. I don't want no more on me than I already have to endure, depending on the seasons and levels that I'm going through in life. You understand what I'm saying? I do all of my work. For those of you who've seen the presentation on my YT channel, those of you who are familiar with me, I do all of my work, right? I do all the designing, the graphics, the promoting, the marketing. I do all of my work. I don't copy and paste. I don't use Chat GPT for my work. All of my books, my 4 books are done by me, by my research, pulling from different. I write these things down. All of these things are from me, right? There's no tea, no shade, no digs to those who are using Chat GPT for the body of their work. I have an issue for those who are using Chat GPT to write books and then turn around and sell it to you for like $30, $40, like some people doing on these platforms. Okay. Hmm. Okay. I've ran into a couple of people that I personally witnessed. And if you think people are just outright just dumb and not going to pick these things up, you bugging. I do all of my work. I've written out, I've done the research. If I phrase anything or quote some, you will definitely know because I will put it. But my work is done by me. Okay. I invest the time, the energy, the finance. I do all of that. It's me. So I am extremely proud. So when I do decide to charge a little fee for things that I put a lot into, yeah, I feel absolutely great about it. Okay. I love quality. I love the best. I operate from integrity. So I have to stand on my word, which is sad that y'all have some people selling you shit that they just don't, they didn't put in no work, plagiarizing, just using. I mean, it's nothing wrong with using Chat GPT in the context of what I speak, but to use Chat GPT for the body of your work for information or use the body, pardon me, use the body of work based on somebody else's long line of history, investments, and doing. Come on now, that's crappy. That's crazy. That's wild to me. No, you can't have people, you can't expect integrity if you don't have none. You cannot give or expect what you don't have. It's just impossible. Okay? So, I just want to put that on out there, okay? When I say my work is authentic, okay? And I'm very proud of that. I'm going to brag on that for sure. Okay? I do that. I love me some books. I always have books around me. A lot of my books are still in storage, but I keep me some books. I love books. I get excited about books. I'm excited about books. So, John, you not respond. John, are you still here, honey? Cuz I'm actually kind of, you know, patiently waiting on you cuz it's time for me to digress and recalibrate, okay? My energy and frequency. I just want to make sure you get in. You sign up for the masterclass before I end the live, okay? Just be prepared. Make sure when you register, for those of you who are still here, make sure when you register, you mark it on your calendar. Okay. It's going to be Saturday, July 13th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. We're going to be, the masterclass is going to be on applying the laws of attraction masterclass. So, okay, you here, John? I see you, love. So I'm gonna share my screen for you, so you'll see what I'm talking about. Um, is this the one? Okay. So let me remove. Why? Oh, because I took myself off the screen. My bad. I forgot that when you remove yourself from the screen, it removes your sound, your audio. So pardon me. Pardon me, John. Thank you so much for letting me know that. So if you go on my LT, the tree, this is the very first tab you see, applying the law of attraction. That's the link to the masterclass. So when you click on that link, it's going to guide you on the steps. Okay. So when you do it, just let me know that you did it. I'm gonna wait for you. Hi, Toya. Hi, my love. I love it. You changed your name, self mastery, self aware. Hey, Toya. Toya is another beautiful soul that can vouch for me. These are two ladies that are in my Rise of a Goddess mentorship virtual program. I love those beautiful women. I really do. It's a sisterhood. It's so beautiful. I love them. We share. Okay, you got it. All right. All right, good. Congratulations, John. I'm looking forward to seeing you when we have the masterclass. So yeah, we have a lot of fun. We have moments. Um oh, you know what? The whole time my ring light wasn't on. I didn't even know. I didn't realize that. Oh well. I'm gonna miss some things. Okay. Ashe, I hope you all enjoyed this masterclass. TikTok, hold on for 1 second. Let me come to a completion. So for all of you who are just with me, infinite gratitude for you coming by, infinite gratitude for you listening to your higher self, infinite gratitude for you paying attention, infinite gratitude for you sharing your beautiful energy with me, commenting, sending your positive vibes, and just communicating with me, for being here. This is definitely, the YT channel is growing, and I am so grateful for all of those who stuck around. um, Infinite enlightenment, love, and abundance, and all things that you desire, may it come your way. And I will see you next Saturday for another self mastery lesson. Before the master class is that prior Saturday. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I'll see you soon.